Hi guys, it's Minjara. Thank you so much for clicking through and joining me for a flip through of the Shuffle Tarot, which has just been released this month, June 2020, and which is probably going to get mixed reactions from the tarot community. I just want to preface this by saying that I take tarot seriously as a practice and a divinatory tool, and I'm not normally attracted to novelty decks or cards that stray too far from tradition, but despite its novelty appearance, this deck comes from a very thorough knowledge of the traditional Rider-Waite Smith tarot and is creative genius in my opinion, so that people might be divided. I actually haven't seen any reviews, actually only one review of this so far because it's only a new deck, so I'll be really interested to see how it's received and what other people's opinions of the Shuffle Tarot are. So it was created by a young Thai guy who I believe is very well known in Thailand as a psychic numerologist and obviously has knowledge of tarot as well. He has an Etsy store where you can purchase the decks, but I contacted him via his Facebook page and directly through Messenger and had a chat with him personally, and I think that might be his preferred contact. So I'll put all of his details in the description box below so you can check it out for yourself. But the concept of the Shuffle Tarot is taking the traditional archetypes and characters of the tarot and putting them out of context, putting them into other cards and situations and contexts within the deck. So you can see here with the Lovers that the devil appears here, and to me this is where the genius comes in, is that what relationship doesn't come with its toxic, obsessive or negative elements. You know, I think this is this is where the genius lies. He says that the creator says that it was a challenge for him to work out where to put the characters. So this is not random. Like I say, it's not a novelty deck despite its appearances. There's actually genius behind it. And in a way, it's a new age study of tarot. This deck couldn't have come at a more relevant time than 2020, when our entire worldview has been shaken up. So for this deck to appear now in a way that forces us to rethink traditional systems, archetypes, and you know, life experiences, it's, you know, really it's something far deeper than it appears. I haven't studied the deck. I've only just had a quick flip through, but I'm going to be really interested to study and work with each card to discover what new meanings, you know, what new layers of meanings I can apply to the traditional interpretation of the tarot. So the deck, there's two decks. There's Collection A and Collection B. This is Collection A, and I chose this one over the other because it has a more feminine vibe. I love this one. The Three of Cups in the traditional Three of Swords context, and the blood bleeding into the cups. There's so much to be learnt from this deck. But yeah, as I was saying, I chose the Collection A because it just had a more feminine and positive vibe. Collection B seemed a little bit, had maybe darker connotations in some of the cards. So I chose just the standard. There's a standard or premium edition. I kind of wish I got the premium edition now. It comes in a two-piece box and it's numbered. There's just 1,010 of that premium edition printed, and all the boxes are numbered. But the exchange rate at the moment for the Aussie dollar is really bad, and so I couldn't justify paying too much more for the premium deck, but I kind of wish I did. Doesn't matter. But in Collection A, in Collection B, there's the 78 cards, but an extra card. Collection A comes with a depiction of Pamela Coleman Smith as the High Priestess, I think. And Collection B comes with a depiction of Arthur Edward Waite, maybe as the Magician. I'm not sure, I can't remember. But just having, looking through at a few of the cards and considering what they mean out of context, and also having a look at the other symbolism that might go unnoticed, where we get a bit lazy with our interpretation of the cards. It becomes rote, and it really shakes things up, forces us to take a deeper look at the traditional meaning, and also what New Age thought or modern spin might be applied to the traditional meaning. Like this one, for example. So this is the 5 of Pentacles, but it has the 5 characters from the 5 of Wands, I guess, and these guys are working together to piece together the broken stained glass window, which is, there's just something so significant and profound about that rearranging of that story. And I really just can't wait to get into the deck and start reading with it and see what stories comes out of it. 7 of Pentacles here is represented as the 7 of Swords, which might indicate to me someone abandoning a project too soon, not having that patience of the 7 of Pentacles, the traditional 7 of Pentacles, abandoning a project too soon, and dropping coins on the way because you've not had the patience to wait for a project to come to full fruition. So that's how I would see that card. But I'm really excited to start reading with this, to study the deck and start reading with it and see what stories come about. And I'm not sure that I'll read for other people with it. I think it's going to be a deck that I just use for self-study. But who knows? I'm yet to see, what I can learn from it. This, for example, the Wheel of Fortune. Traditionally, we might see the top as the wheel spins to the top being, a lucky event or circumstance coming around. But with the skeleton from the Death card appearing at the top of the Wheel of Fortune indicates that, endings might not necessarily be a bad thing, that it could be a stroke of good luck or a sign of good fortune that something has come to an end. So just forcing us to take a deeper look at the traditional symbolism and give it a more dynamic, it's dynamic. The art of tarot is dynamic, and this has certainly brought a tarot well and truly into crazy times. It's met us at crazy times, having been released in 2020 at the craziest of times. So I'm interested to hear from anybody who has got this deck. Like I said, I'll put in the description box contact details for the creator and where you can purchase the deck. And I'd love to hear from anyone who has the deck, has worked with it, or even just your thoughts on the Shuffle Tarot and whether you think this is a work of genius or maybe a heresy, so to speak. Thanks for joining me, guys.